Hi there. Happy Friday. I'm sorry that it's so late that I'm getting this video recorded and uploaded for you. It's been one of those weeks, but now I am wrapping things up for the week. I'm recording this from my hammock on my back porch, so hopefully there's not too much background noise. But I wanted to switch to the shared screen view. So I wanted to talk about two things. One, the proctored exam, and then two, one of the My Spanish Lab assignments that some of you may already be done with, but that seems to have a lower average grade than the rest for this week. And if you, well, I'll talk about that when I get into it. So for now, the proctored exam, it opens on Monday the 13th. And of course, it's there in My Spanish Lab right now, but the proctor window opens Monday the 13th and closes Monday the 20th. So I've given you an extra day to get that done because of the testing centers not being open on Sundays. The ADA Center is open on Saturdays, just in the morning. So if you are busy during the week and need a weekend testing time, that might be worth looking into. If this is your first time taking a proctored test, it is, they've really tried to streamline the process and make it easy for you. I have the link in Blackboard for you to contact the testing center and reserve your time. They have it all automated online to reserve your testing time. So it works pretty well. And then when you are ready, when your assigned time comes, go into the testing center. Make sure you take photo ID with you and a 3x5 card. I was going to bring a 3x5 card with me, and I don't think I did, but just a little 3x5 index card, and you can write whatever notes you want on that. What I would recommend is that at least somewhere on that card you do just a small little chart, a little verb chart, or one for each, one for AR verbs and then one for ER and IR verbs if you want. But having some of those verb charts to look back to might be helpful. You can include a sample of the verb, like for an AR verb, just choose one of the common AR verbs, or you can just include the endings. Some people will just do the o, as, a, amos, ais, an endings, and just as a brief reminder to themselves of what those endings are. Other than that, whatever from chapter 3 is going to be helpful for you. So it's just over chapter 3. Of course, with a language, everything is building on prior knowledge. So I can't promise that there won't be anything that you would need to know from chapter 1 and 2, but now that none of it will be explicitly tested. So keep that in mind as you're studying and compiling your notes. And then when you go in to take the test, you can access it through the calendar like usual, and it may be loading slowly, so I don't want to wait too long, but when it pops up, it'll ask for a proctored a password, and that is the information that the proctor has, and they will enter it for you. Also, the proctor has scratch paper that you can use. I recommend using scratch paper for essay questions so that you can brainstorm before you start responding to the essay questions. So here's the little box that it pops up asking for the proctor password. So that's what you should expect to see when you take it. Otherwise, you access it the same way as other tests. It loads the same way. Everything is just the same. There is no listening, so you don't have to worry about headphones. And anyway, that's the proctored exam. If you have questions, please get in touch with me. And I want to make sure that you feel confident and comfortable going into it. One of the main reasons that I assign the Chapter 3 test as a proctored exam is because I want the final to be proctored, but I don't want that to be your first experience with a proctored exam. So having the Chapter 3 test as a proctored exam gives you a chance to get used to it in a situation where the stakes are a little bit lower. It's not worth quite as many points. So then moving on quickly to the My Spanish Lab assignment that I talked about. It is SAM 336, and it's the present tense of ir and hacer, and it's that structure where we use ir a to talk about something that's going to happen in the future. There is a true future tense in Spanish, but there is also this that we use to approximate the future tense. Figure out the best way to zoom in. Maybe there's not. Okay. I'll just try to make sure that I'm saying it as well as typing it so that you can, in case you can't see it well, you can at least hear it. All right, so the modelo is Elisa practica su inglés hoy. So it's telling what Elisa is doing today. And then the revised version says Elisa va a practicar su inglés mañana. So what we're doing with it is we're changing the verb from just the simple present tense, practica, to this future construction, va a practicar. So you'll notice here, va is the verb ir conjugated for the subject Elisa. Then we have the preposition a, and then we have the infinitive, the AR, ER, or IR form of the verb. This is the unconjugated form. So that's what we want to do. We don't want to say Elisa is going to, is practicing, or is going to practices, right? We want to say is going to practice. So that's why we use the infinitive there. We want it to be the unconjugated form. And then instead of hoy, we're going to type mañana. Okay? So if you want to, a lot of times what I'll do is, let's see if it'll work. I just copy and paste. Oh, maybe it won't let us. Okay, well then, we'll just type. So yo, we have the verb hago is our verb. And so we want to say, instead of I do, we want to say I'm going to do this. So I'm going to conjugate ir for the yo subject. Yo voy a. The infinitive of hago is hacer. And then the rest of it, ejercicio, doesn't change. And then instead of hoy, I'm going to say mañana. I'm going to change my keyboard real quick. Oops. Didn't work. Hang on. 1 second. Okay. Yo voy a hacer ejercicio mañana. There's already a period at the end here, so I'm not going to type a period. Then Elisa practica. Elisa prepara pasta hoy. So we still have our subject Elisa. I'm going to conjugate ir for Elisa, which is va, a, and then the infinitive of this verb, preparar. Elisa va a preparar pasta mañana. Okay, with these where it's open-ended and you're typing a lot, the biggest thing to watch for is typos, because you may understand the concept well and miss a lot of the sentences just because of little typos. So watch that closely. Here, Marta y Luisa is our subject. So we're going to conjugate the verb ir as van. That's the conjugation for ellas. Marta y Luisa van a. The infinitive form of trabajan is trabajar. Van a trabajar en la cafetería. Make sure that you get the, oops, make sure I type it right. Get the accent mark on the I there, cafetería, and then mañana. And of course, make sure you have the ñ in mañana, or else you'll miss for that too. Here, nosotras is our subject. And for the verb ir, we're going to conjugate it as vamos a asistir a clase mañana. Okay, so we conjugated ir for nosotras, and then we put asistimos in the infinitive form, which is asistir. Yo hablo con mi profesor hoy. So we have the subject yo. Voy a, and then put hablo in the infinitive, hablar con mi profesor mañana. Okay. And our last one, ¿estudias tú con nosotras hoy? So we're going to leave the verb in the same position in the sentence. So, and we have the subject is tú, so we're going to conjugate for tú. I'm going to say, vas a estudiar tú, don't forget the accent on tú, con nosotras mañana. Okay, so with each one, we're just inserting the correct conjugation of ir for the subject, followed by a, followed by the infinitive form of the conjugated verb that's already in there, and then changing hoy to mañana. So hopefully that helps. I know that a lot of people were struggling with that. If you did it already and you would like me to clear one of your attempts so that you can give it another try, shoot me an email. I would be happy to clear 1 or 2 attempts so that you can try that again, now that you have a better understanding of what it's asking for. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you online. Oh, and there, we got 100%, so that's always good. Anyway, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all soon.